The pelvic clock is a fantastic hip mobility exercise derived from Feldenkrais to give you more awareness what's happening in and around your hips, which may in turn then mean that the low back frees up a little bit, or the knees and the strain on the knees frees up a little bit. Because if the hips are moving well, those two areas usually don't have to take up the slack. So we're just going to start by jumping on the floor, on your back here. Knees are bent for comfort. And what I'd like you to do now is imagine the analog clock face. So you've got 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way around to 12 again, right? And we're going to imagine that 12 is up here at my sternum, 6 is in between my legs, 3 is to my left, 9 is to my right. Now the goal is to roll my pelvis through each and every number on that clock face. So what that means is I'm going to start by going to 12. Notice I go into a posterior pelvic tilt. I flatten my back, so I'm tilting towards that 12. Then I'm going to gently start to roll my pelvis around to 1, 2, 3. So now my pelvis is tilted all the way to the left. I'm going to continue along, 4, 5, rolling down to 6. Now I'm in maximum anterior pelvic tilt. Continue on, 7, 8, 9. My pelvis is now tilted to the right. And finishing 10, 11, and 12. Maximum posterior pelvic tilt, lower back is flat. And so all I'm doing is just rolling my pelvis along the floor, trying to hit each and every number. Now, how I was calling it out before was the exact speed I'd like you to go. The slower you do this, the better. Because you might find when you first start, that you start skipping numbers, or that you can't hit the number on the left as you can on the right, these kind of things. And the slower you go and the more time you take, the better you'll be able to smooth out those edges and expand that circle as well. So of course we've done clockwise around. I'd like you to do anti-clockwise as well. So both directions rolling that pelvis. Now, of course, as you do this, it's not just the pelvis moving. You might need to press into a foot, and you might use your leg a little bit so that you can roll the pelvis to one side. That's completely normal, but I like to do this best with my eyes closed, focusing on hitting each and every number. Now, last thing I'll say as well, if you're finding this really tricky and you just can't get around the clock, start with some super basic movements by just going like 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Get good at that. And then maybe you want to go just 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 and 9, and just, play with this different axis, right? And then as you feel comfortable, you can go through those rotations. But super awesome exercise for hip mobility. I love this one. Great hip awareness. Give it a try.